Hi folks, this is Austin.
Hi.
Austin, this is our TV friends, and we're all working to make the world happier. Is that a good goal?
Yes. Yes.
Now Austin, this is from the book Be Perfect, and would you read to the folks that this is on page what, 47?
42.
42?
Do you want me to read about the waves?
Yeah, the first box. See the first box?
Oh, the very top. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, do you need to set the alarm?
Oh, thanks for
Yeah, you
reminding
set
me.
it. Okay.
Yeah, TV's run by the clock, folks. You have to set this for 29. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. The function of the mind is to make invisible love visible. The love that comes from the soul is invisible. A mind that functions correctly relays this love to the body, making the love visible. A body makes love visible by loving activities and loving speech.
That's nice. Read the first sentence again, honey.
The function of the mind is to make invisible love visible.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
The function of the mind is to make invisible love visible. And that's the same as going out and being a blessing to somebody. Isn't it, folks? And then what was the next sentence?
The love that comes from the soul is invisible.
Yeah.
A mind that functions correctly relays the love to the body, making this love visible.
Yes. Yes. And that's our calling, isn't it?
Yes.
That's what we're called to do.
And the last one, yeah. A body makes love visible by loving activities and loving speech.
Yes. Is that so hard to do?
Not really, no.
Not really. How's things at Northeastern University?
Things are going pretty well, yeah.
You like it?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And that's in Boston, right?
Correct.
And you
yes.
said it's in the north end?
No, it's in the Back Bay, Roxbury area, near the Fenway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it near the Boston Red Sox?
Yeah, we're like maybe a 10-minute walk from the
Really?
baseball field. Yeah.
What street is that?
I'm not sure.
Well, yours is
specifically.
Tremont Street.
Yeah, I'm on Tremont and Columbus Street where I live.
Yeah.
The school is on Huntington Avenue.
Oh, it is?
Yes, and I don't know specifically the address of the field, but it's very close by though. I've walked past it once or twice.
Did you ever see that famous hospital on Huntington Avenue? It's Huntington Hospital.
No.
It's for the Harvard Medical.
Harvard Med School? Okay,
Yeah.
I have been there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where my psych professor for first semester worked. And
Oh,
I had
is
to
that right?
I had to go to his office to take a makeup test, yeah.
Yeah, oh, really?
Yes.
That's good. Now, what's the second box, first sentence say?
Again, if a very delicate job is to be done, is entrusting this job to a rusty, worn down, and unsynchronized machine sensible?
No.
So, what is the first step? Repair, rebuild, and replace parts until the machine is like new. That's the second box.
And what that's pointing to is a broken down, tired mind, right?
Yeah.
That's not sensible. So you repair it with rest and meditation.
Yeah.
Is that a good idea, folks? Okay.
Okay, so the third box?
Yeah, third box.
Alright. Could the hidden reason for noise and gifts on adult birthdays be?
Wait, could the reason for what?
The noise and gifts, the celebration
Noise
on
and
an
gifts
adult
of
birthday.
a birthday, okay.
To take the mind away from the realization that another year has gone by without attaining the one and only purpose in life.
Yeah.
And the adult who has attained this purpose has no fear of getting older. Are the noise and partying at New Year's to keep the mind from realizing another year has gone by without doing that which is the most difficult, but that which is desired most.
I think so. What do you think?
So, it's very likely, yes. I mean, it's also possible that sometimes people, maybe some of these people have attained what is necessary to attain self-realization, knowledge of self-purpose. But, sometimes it's possible they need like a little relaxation break. I mean, it can be, it's great to have self-realization. Sometimes it's a little stressful. Sometimes it's a little hard on you. So it is definitely very likely that a lot of these people are trying to forget the fact that the time keeps going by and they're not doing anything.
Not doing the big
Yes.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is self-realization the same thing as oneness with God?
Not necessarily.
A relationship with God?
For many people it is, yes. So, some people do believe that they can find what they need without going through God, but it's probably easier if you do go through God, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very likely easier.
Well, Austin, what branch of psychology is self-realization? What is that? Psychology of personality?
It's not in one particular branch of study, but it is one perspective called humanism.
Oh, yeah?
Which it has to do with trying to help a person become what meet their maximum potential and become who they were supposed to be or who they think they should be, basically.
Humanism?
Yes, it's a perspective on psychology. It's a way to approach issues. Like if someone has trouble with something, or they have a problem, some people will approach it that way. They try to help that person find their direction and guide them towards that, away from whatever's causing them issues.
Really?
Yes.
Is that, Lawson is going to major in psychology, is that right?
Yes.
Will that be a course that you take, humanism?
It might be. It's come up in every single one of my classes so far.
It has?
It has been discussed. It's not one particular area of study, but it's a way of looking at psychology, though. So that's why it's come up in every class, because it has its presence in every study.
Self-realization. With self-realization, I put it to the folks this way, yesterday it was, that God has given you a set of talents that's different from everybody else's. And you are to use those talents to do a job for God. And self-realization, would that be finding out what your talents are that are different?
Yeah, not only finding out, but also developing them. Like if you're good at music, if you're just naturally really good at making music, you can't just go and be a fantastic musician overnight. You have to practice and study and learn music theory and play with other musicians. That is also a part of it.
Yeah.
That's just an example.
Yeah, that was true in television. You had to have the experience.
Yes.
You had to have the experience of being in front of the camera.
Yeah, you can't expect to be like a CBS news anchor with little to no experience, right?
Right.
Yeah.
There's something I wanted to ask you. I noticed as being in the this generation that I'm in, three generations down from yours, or two generations?
2 or 3, I'm not really sure specifically.
And that when you say to somebody, thank you, this generation says no problem.
Yes.
Now that indicates to me that this generation is going through life with an emphasis on problems.
Yeah, you kind of. I mean, it's basically saying it was not a problem at all helping you, so I'm perfectly happy to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas this generation here said you're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So they are sort of problem-solving orientated, you think?
Some, yeah. There's definitely. I do understand what you mean. There's a very heavy emphasis on if something causes you issues, are you still gonna do it? Yeah.
Okay, what's in our? Is it the third box we're on?
Third, but we just read that one. If you want, the fourth box is a perfect mind with zero loss has an efficiency of 100%.
That's physics, isn't it?
I'd say so. I guess it's.
But physics, there is no such thing as 100%.
Efficiency, yeah.
There's no
it's
such
only
thing.
in theory. Only when you're doing equations to learn how to do physics is efficiency ever 100%.
Read that fourth box again, please.
A perfect mind with zero loss has an efficiency of 100%. Okay. And then do you want me to read the fifth one?
No, I want to ask the folks, no thank you, I wanted to ask the folks at home if they thought it would be ever possible for us to have a perfect mind with zero loss and 100% efficiency. Do you think so? Well, it's kind of nice to think about.
Yeah, well, definitely it's nice to think about, yeah.
Yeah. Now let me show the folks how the boxes are. This is the book Be Perfect. And it's all in little boxes. It's all thoughts. Okay, we're up to the fifth box.
Alright. mind that climbs upward to 100% ascends the hill of God and dwells in that holy place. The hands are loving and the mind is pure. There the prodigal mind has come home after many years of squandering the rich inheritance of time and energy. The mind has come home and stays home. The mind's home is with love.
That's pretty good. That's all taken from the Bible. Those are all paraphrases of things in the Bible. The first one would be the Old Testament. What's that?
The mind that climbs upward to 100% ascends the hill of God and dwells in that holy place.
That's nice. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, that's good. And I guess you do that through meditation, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what's the second sentence of that box?
The hands are loving and the mind is pure.
Oh, hands go out and do good things and the mind is pure.
Exactly, yeah. There, the prodigal mind that has come home after many years of squandering the rich inheritance of time and energy.
Hooray! That's really a good one, right?
Yes, yeah. After wasting your time for quite a while, you finally reached your potential and do your best to stay there.
Well, now most of the people you associate with, are they 19 or are they 18
to like 22 mostly.
And of those people that you associate with, do you find ones that are definitely decided as to what they're going to do with their lives?
There actually are a real lot of people who have a good idea of what they want to go into. I'm actually slightly surprised at how many of the people I interact with know exactly what they want to do. But then again, it's probably because it's a big college where you have to declare your major when you go into it.
Oh, you have
when you apply, you have to say what you want to major in. You can change later on, but a lot of people already have a good idea of what they want to do. They might change it, but they think they know what they want to do at least.
And it's not set in concrete.
No, they can change it whenever they really want to.
Yes. And what's this thing about being in the honors? What's that? The honors. What do you call it? The honors.
Honors program.
Yeah.
You have access to the classes that only honor students can be in, and they're about the same workload. They're taught a little bit differently. They won't go as in depth in the material in class because they expect you to do it out of class, and you'll have discussions more often. And you get a special mark on your diploma if you meet certain requirements, like being in the honors program for long enough. Getting a certain number of classes out of the way, that gets you honors distinction. And then if you're in the honors college, you automatically get at least a half tuition scholarship.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yes.
That's really practical.
Yeah.
Half a tuition
at
if
least,
you're in honors.
At least. Yes.
Oh, good. And you got a full?
Yes, and then there are some people who get full tuition scholarships, but if you get a full tuition, you have to be put in a program called CEP, Civic Engagement Program.
What?
Civic Engagement Program.
What
CEP.
does that mean?
It means you volunteer and work with your community.
Oh, okay.
And that's why you get the full tuition scholarship, because they kind of pair it off with you're getting to go, your classes for free. So we kind of need you to give back to the community a little bit. So you need to get 100 hours of community service in a year.
100 hours in a year.
Yes. It was from September to April. Then after that, it's a year because it's our first year. The schedule's a lot.
I see.
Yeah.
And what did you do for the community?
I worked with a group of kids in the town of Malden, north of Boston. And I helped them learn about democracy and learn about how they can work together to make a difference in their community.
Yeah.
The program was called Generation Citizen. I had a lot of fun with it.
Generation Citizen.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And
the
kids were great, yeah.
They were? Oh.
Yeah.
How old were they?
8th grade, so they're 13 and 14.
And how many of them?
There were 4 classes, so there were 85, 86 kids maybe. Yeah.
And I understand he got an accolade, folks. The man who was in charge of it said, did he say you were the best one he'd ever had?
Well, he only had a couple. he said that he really liked working with me, and I'm actually going to be going back at some point in the next few weeks.
Oh, but he said stronger than that. He said you were very good at it.
Yeah, but
then what?
I just tried to cater to keep the kids in mind first. So Like, I mean, I got the material done, but I changed it if needed, if the kids weren't working well with it. So I would change it so that it would better fit how they worked.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to continue that, or is that over?
I would like to do it again, but we had it on only a semester, and it was a lot of material to cover in one semester. So like it was kind of stressful near the end because I had to like go in, like the kids were like rushing at the end because they just didn't have a lot of time. So I think I might try to do it again next year, but try to get a full year program
Yeah.
so that I have more time to actually
Sure.
let the kids really get in depth in each lesson. This semester I've had trouble finding a partner to work with, but I just sent out a couple emails a few days ago about working at the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. What's the next box?
Okay. A person wants money. Money is what the person thinks is wanted. What the person really wants is to be somebody God can trust.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And I think the failure there is when we think more about the money than we do about a person God can trust. And this is what we should do. We should remind ourselves to think about being a person God can trust. And didn't Christ say that seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all else will follow? I think there's a lot of truth there. If you turn out to be the God person you want to be, then I think you'll have all the money you want. And you have to remember, who has the most money? God. Who's the wealthiest? God. Spend your time in the company of God. And I guess you just naturally have the money. What we got for next?
Alright, a person can trust in God only if God can trust in that person.
Oh! A person can trust in God only if God can trust in that person. I think that's true, don't you?
Yeah.
A person... Read it to me again, dear.
A person can trust in God only if God can trust in that person.
Yeah. That's right. Like, I can trust you if I can trust you if I can trust my relationship to him. Isn't that what it's saying?
Yeah.
You can only trust me if our relationship is trustworthy. That's something like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Read that sentence again, would you please?
A person can trust in God only if God can trust in that person. Basically, you can't rely on somebody
If you can't.
if you don't act towards them in a way that like makes it so that they can trust you as well.
Only if you can rely on your relationship to them.
Yes.
Did you hear that .com? Did you hear it, honey? Did you? Oh, I like that. Just read it once more for you. I'm sorry. Read it again.
One last time. A person can trust in God only if God can trust in that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I have a joke to tell you, and it's a good joke for Austin because his mother is a 5th grade teacher. A reporter asked a teacher, "What are the 3 things you like best about being a teacher?" And she said, "Motivating young minds, sharing the next generation, and making students into good Americans." And then the reporter said to the next teacher, "What are the 3 things you like best about teaching?" And she said, "June, July, and August." Does that fit your mother pretty well?
It's definitely nice. Yeah. Yeah. The only problem is that you only get like 1 paycheck during the entire summer, so you got to you got to save up a bit of money before summer and make it last. But besides that, it is. Many of the teachers like it a lot, and they have all the free time, and sometimes they get like a little antsy not teaching, so they'll take up like tutoring jobs and all that kind of stuff to kickstart, keep themselves teaching kids, helping kids, making a little bit of money, but they still have a lot of free time, and it definitely helps, especially when you're working with the younger grades, when the kids are like 10 and 11 or like 9 or 8. When they're younger kids, it definitely helps.
Well, up in Malden, you were doing teaching, weren't you?
Not in the same way that the teacher was, but similarly though. I was more like guiding the kids as opposed to teaching them.
Oh.
Because everything that we talked about, they contributed a real lot into the discussion and the learning.
Did they think you were an old man?
No. Well, one of the kids thought I was 23, and then the lady who was the receptionist thought I was 13. So I don't really know how I should react to that. I was exactly halfway between the two. I was 18 at the time.
Now, did that put in your mind any incentive to be a teacher? Do you think you'd like to be a
yeah,
teacher?
like it would be like it definitely let me know that I do like working with kids that age. I mean, like I didn't act like a big grown up adult around them. I didn't act like I was all experienced and cool because I was older than them. I tried to treat them as equals that I just knew a little bit more about something. And could help them with it. I didn't try to boss them around. You can't let the 8th graders run rampant, but I didn't get bossy. Yeah, I didn't command them things. I made suggestions and led them towards ideas as opposed to just forcing information into them.
I bet it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Why was a baby shoe crying? Do you know, folks? Why was a baby shoe crying? His mother was a sneak and his daddy was a loafer. Now we got another paragraph.
Okay, this one, I'll read it and then I'll bring up the picture.
Oh, okay, you want to read the whole thing first? Okay.
Alright, so if two waves have the same height or amplitude, and the same wavelength, and if a wave is half a wavelength ahead of the other, then the waves cancel each other. This is interference.
Oh, it is?
Yes. If the mind moves too fast and is out of step with the soul, mind and soul cancel each other out.
Yeah.
But if the mind and soul are in step, that is, in phase, there is reinforcement rather than interference. What strength there is with reinforcement, what weakness there is with interference. So.
You want to go show them?
Yeah, I'll bring it up. So that's. What this means.
Can you tell them again? While they're looking at the picture, can you tell them again what the writing says?
All right. That's gonna be kind of hard to read. Well, I'll just put it basically. Basically, what that means is since these are opposite each other, they cancel each other out because they go in the same direction on both sides. So they cancel each other out and they make a flat line. But if this dark line is in step with this one, it'll be that plus that, so it'll be extremely high, and this one will be in step with this one, so it'll be extremely low. So it'll be a bigger wave. I'll actually draw a diagram.
Oh, okay. You need a piece of paper?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And this applies to the mind and the soul and the body. They all should be in step with each other. What's that called when they're in step? Reinforcement? No.
I can't remember specifically. So.
In sound, it's called resonance. And our minds tend, I think, to get ahead of the soul and ahead of the body. Oh yes, there's no question about that. So they all should be in constructive reinforcement.
Okay, so here's my diagram. If both of the tops of the waves are lined up, then they will work together and get extremely tall. But if the waves are not in line, they're opposite each other, then they'll work against each other and become a flat line, basically. This is putting it all basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Now again, folks, this is from the book Be Perfect. And it was published in the late 1960s, a couple of years before the men walked on the moon. It is a plastic composition. The covers are plastic and the pages are plastic. So, let's see if I got a good hint to leave you with. What'd you do, put the phone in the
Yeah, I
other
put the
room?
phone away so that if it rings, it doesn't interfere.
Yeah, good. He put the phone in the other room so that it rings, it won't interrupt us.
Okay.
Blessed be the tie that binds our hearts in Christian love. The fellowship of kindred minds is like to that above.
Do you want me to read some of the stuff from the other side?
No, I think we covered, well, maybe. No, we covered that.
Yeah, well, that's the page before. That was
Yeah,
page 41.
That was
We
covered
visited
in the
42.
program previous, yeah.
Okay.
Just go back to that first box.
Alright, so I will recap the first box.
Okay.
The function of the mind is to make invisible love visible.
The function of the mind is to make invisible love visible.
The love that comes from the soul is invisible.
The love that comes from the soul is invisible, yes.
Yeah. A mind that functions correctly relays this love to the body, making the love visible.
Say that one again, please.
A mind that functions correctly relays this love to the body, making the love visible.
And the body relays the love to another body, right?
Yes, and it makes the love visible by loving activities and loving speech.
Loving activities and loving speech.
Yes, basically putting it into simple, non-poetic terms. The inner love is you make it comes to fruition in your mind, and then by acting out you show it to other people. Basically, you show your love for other people by doing nice things for them, by saying nice things for them, to them, by helping them out with things. Like helping your friend move or making your grandma dinner, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially the little things. A lot of little things will definitely add up.
Yes. Well, I guess there's nothing really more to say. That says it all, really.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a chat with Glendora, and it's a covenant between you and us to help each other be happy. I will help you be happy, and you will help us be happy. Hey, we hit it right on the button. Take care, folks, and may the Lord bless you and keep you. And thank you, Austin.
Bye.